Genesis 3:15 is part of God's judgment on the serpent after the fall. It follows God's direct curse on the serpent in verse 14 and introduces a significant shift, moving from the immediate consequences to a prophetic declaration of enmity and ultimate redemption. This verse is often called the Protoevangelium, first gospel, as it foreshadows the eventual defeat of the serpent by the offspring of the woman. Verse 15, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Key phrases: I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. In Hebrew, the concepts for these phrases are as follows. 1. I will put enmity between you and the woman. Va'eba, ashit beynecha haisha, ve'eva ashit beynecha uveyn haisha, ve'eva, va'eba, and enmity, meaning deep hostility, conflict, or opposition. Ashit, ashit, I will put, indicating God is actively instigating this opposition. Beynecha uveyn haisha, beynecha v'beyn ha'aisha, between you and the woman, showing that the conflict is personal and ongoing. This phrase establishes an ongoing struggle between the serpent, Satan, and humanity, represented by the woman. 2. And between your seed and her seed, uveyn zara, zaracha, your seed, meaning the descendants or followers of the serpent, often understood as those who oppose God. Zarla, her seed, uniquely phrased since lineage is typically traced through men, which may hint at a special descendant, Messiah. This phrase indicates a perpetual struggle between the forces of evil, the serpent's seed, and the righteous line culminating in Christ, the woman's seed. 3. He shall bruise your head, hu yeshupcha rosh, he, a singular pronoun pointing to an individual rather than a collective group. Yeshupcha, yshpkha, shall crush you, implying a fatal blow or decisive victory. Rosh, roash, head, representing authority, power, or control. This phrase prophesies that the ultimate seed of the woman, often understood as Christ, will deliver a decisive victory over the serpent, Satan. Ve'ata, vata, and you, referring to the serpent, teshufenu, tashafpenv, shall bruise him, indicating harm but not a fatal blow. Akeb, heel, a lower part of the body, suggesting injury but not ultimate defeat. This phrase suggests that while the serpent will harm the woman's seed, it will not be a fatal or final victory, often interpreted as Satan's opposition to Christ, culminating in the crucifixion. I will put enmity between you and the woman. This signals the beginning of spiritual warfare, where humanity, represented by Eve, will be in constant opposition to Satan and his influence. And between your seed and her seed, the phrase, her seed, is unusual because lineage in the Bible is typically traced through men. This may foreshadow a special descendant, the Messiah, who would be born of a woman not through ordinary human means. The serpent's seed represents those who oppose God, while the woman's seed represents those who align with him. He shall bruise your head. This prophecy points to a singular, victorious descendant of the woman who will deal a fatal blow to Satan's power. Many interpret this as the work of Jesus Christ in overcoming sin, death, and the devil through his life, death, and resurrection. And you shall bruise his heel. The serpent would inflict harm upon the woman's seed, but it would not be a final or victorious attack. This is often linked to the suffering and crucifixion of Christ, where Satan appeared to strike him, but Christ ultimately triumphed. Genesis 3:15 stands as the first prophecy of redemption, foreshadowing the battle between good and evil and pointing to the ultimate victory of Christ over Satan.